Hello friends, so welcome back to my channel Study with MSA. Today in this video we are going to discuss an essay which was written by Joseph Addison, and the title of the essay is The Spectator's Account of Himself. This essay was written by Joseph Addison in his periodical The Spectator. The Spectator was a periodical which was published by Joseph Addison and Richard Steele. Let's see some of the basic details about our writer Joseph Addison. Joseph Addison was born on 1st May 1672 in United Kingdom and died on 17th June 1719 in United Kingdom. After seeing the details about birth and death of our writer, let's begin the video. The present paper is contributed by Joseph Addison, and he tries to give certain biographical details about his life in the present paper. He begins by saying that a reader hardly enjoys a literary work as long as he does not know anything about the life of the writer. It is a natural curiosity on the part of the reader to know whether the writer is black or white, married or unmarried, ever fell in love or not, and so on. To satisfy such curiosity of the reader, he has composed the present essay. The essayist begins with his birth, saying that he belongs to a common family which depended upon a hereditary estate. His mother had a dream before he was born that her son would be a judge in future. The behavior of the essayist after he was born made others feel that the dream of the mother will come true. Before he was 2 months old, he threw away the rattle gifted to him. He was not ready to accept the coral as long as the bells of the coral were not removed. This indicated that the child would become the justice of peace in future. Commenting on his early childhood, the Spectator mentions nothing remarkable happened during early childhood. He used to be silent boy but favorite of his teachers. It was during the days of his higher education that he distinguished himself with his absolute silence. During his study for 8 years in the college, he did not utter more than 100 words except his participation in debate and public speeches competition. So far in his life, he has not spoken 3 sentences in sequence. The Spectator explains when his fellow friends were wasting their time in talking, he used that time for reading books in the library. The result is that there are very few celebrated books with which he is not familiar. The Spectator informs that after his education and death of his father, he made up his mind to travel various countries of Europe. He knew that traveling is also a good way of educating oneself. So, to acquire more knowledge, he visited different countries of Europe. He wanted to furnish himself with the knowledge of all the new and strange things. He gives one example of his trip to Cairo. He came to know about the pyramids of Egypt, and to get the knowledge about pyramids, he personally measured one pyramid, its length, width, height, and depth. It reflects the spectator's curiosity to know strange and new things. Now the spectator is settled in the city of London, and he has his own club known as the Spectators Club. Now he plays the role of a spectator or an onlooker. He is seen at most of the public places, sometimes at the Wheels Club, some other time at Child's Club. Sometimes he is found in the house of the Tory party or the Whig party. Sometimes he remains present at the theatre and sometimes at St. James Coffee House. He observes people, their behavior and conversation at such public places. Whatever he observes and notices furnish him with enough material and ideas for the publication of the next issue of his paper. He is seen at public places, but he does not exchange words with those people. He remains aloof from them. It is only with his 6 friends that he speaks and shares his views with them. His friends at the Spectators Clubs are of the opinion that knowledge must not be in the possession of a silent people. And so at their suggestion, the Spectator has started this publication. The Spectator believes that this much is enough for the readers. He is not willing to declare his name, age and address. Giving the reason for that, the Spectator explains that he wants to enjoy obscurity. He is not willing to be identified as the writer of the Spectator. Otherwise, people would offer all civilities and salutes which he dislikes. He does not want to be stared and discussed by the people. He considered it painful, and so he will not reveal his name, age, and address. While concluding the essay, he informs his reader that in the next issue he will acquaint the readers with his 6 friends of the Spectators Club. And the essay ends here. So that's all for today. Like this video, subscribe our channel and share with your friends. Till the next video, goodbye and take care.